Under Section 1519, labeled Lethal Binary Chemical Munitions, and under paragraph A, it states, notwithstanding any other provision of law, none of the funds authorized to be appropriated by this or any other act shall be used for the purpose of production of lethal binary chemical munitions, unless the President certifies to Congress that the production of such munitions is essential to the national interest and submits a full report thereon to the President of the Senate, the Vice President, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives as far in advance of the production of such munitions as is practicable. And what is the definition of lethal binary chemical munitions? Simply, they are 1. Any toxic chemical, solid, liquid, or gas, which, through its chemical properties, is intended to be used to produce injury or death to human beings. Or 2. Any unique device, instrument, apparatus, or contrivance, including any components or accessories thereof, intended to be used to disperse or otherwise disseminate any such toxic chemical. Again, your government is allowing itself to harm you with any toxic chemical, solid, liquid, or gas dispersed from any device, instrument, apparatus, etc. And these are the people that we are hoping are protecting us from vaccination, injury, infection, and death. Moving on to Section 1515, listed as suspension of presidential authorization, we read that after November 19, 1969, the operation of this chapter or any portion thereof may be suspended by the President during the period of any war declared by Congress and during the period of any national emergency declared by Congress or by the President. Note here that a national emergency was certainly declared for the so-called swine flu outbreak of 2009, and that state of emergency has not, to this date, been relieved. Under Section 1516, titled Delivery Systems, it states that none of the funds authorized to be appropriated by this Act shall be used for the procurement of delivery systems specifically designed to disseminate lethal chemical or any biological warfare agents, or for the procurement of delivery system parts or components specifically designed for such purpose, unless the President shall certify to the Congress that such procurement is essential to the safety and security of the United States. Under Section 1512, titled Transportation, Open-Air Testing, and Disposal, Presidential Determination Report to Congress, Notice to Congress and State Governors, it states that none of the funds authorized to be appropriated by this Act or any other Act may be used for the transportation of any lethal chemical or any biological warfare agent to or from any military installation in the United States, or the open-air testing of any such agent within the United States, or the disposal of any such agent within the United States, until the following procedures have been implemented. 1. The Secretary of Defense has determined that the transportation or testing proposed to be made is necessary in the interests of national security. 2. The Secretary has brought the particulars of the proposed transportation, testing, or disposal to the attention of the Secretary of Health and Human Services, who in turn may direct the Surgeon General of the Public Health Service and other qualified persons to review such particulars with respect to any hazards to public health and safety which such transportation, testing, or disposal may pose, and to recommend what precautionary measures are necessary to protect the public health and safety. And 3. The Secretary has implemented any precautionary measures recommended in accordance with paragraph 2 above, including, where practical, detoxification of any such agent, if such agent is to be transported to or from a military installation for disposal, provided, however, that in the event the Secretary finds the recommendations submitted by the Surgeon General would have the effect of preventing the proposed transportation, testing, or disposal, the President may determine that overriding considerations of national security require such transportation, testing, or disposal be conducted. Any transportation, testing, or disposal conducted pursuant to such presidential determination shall be carried out in the safest practicable manner, and the President shall report his determination and an explanation thereof to the President of the Senate, the Vice President, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives as far in advance as practicable. And 4. The Secretary has provided notification that the transportation, testing, or disposal will take place, except where a presidential determination has been made, A. to the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives at least 10 days before any such transportation will be commenced, and at least 30 days before any such testing or disposal will be commenced. And B. to the governor of any state through which such agents will be transported, such notification to be provided appropriately in advance of any such transportation. And then there's Title 18, Part 1. Under Chapter 113B, we come to terrorism. Under Section 2332H, titled Radiological Dispersal Devices, we find out that the government can in fact irradiate us anytime it wants to. Under Paragraph A, Section 1, it states that in general, except as provided in Paragraph 2, it shall be unlawful for any person to knowingly produce, construct, otherwise acquire, transfer, directly or indirectly, receive, possess, import, export, or use, or possess and threaten to use, A. any weapon that is designed or intended to release radiation or radioactivity at a level dangerous to human life, or B. any device or other object that is capable of or designed or intended to endanger human life through the release of radiation or radioactivity. Once again, that sounds fantastic. But in Part 2 it states, exception. This subsection does not apply with respect to A. conduct by or under the authority of the United States or any department or agency thereof, or conduct pursuant to the terms of a contract with the United States or any department or agency thereof. One example of this would be the Department of Transportation and the Department of Homeland Security now using full-body radiation scanners in airports, requiring you to pass through these DNA-destroying machines, which provably cause cancer, with the full protection of the U.S. government under Title 18. Again, the public has no recourse against this type of action taken by your supposedly representative government, especially under a national emergency.